Hey everybody, I have a fun card to show you today, and it is from the Perched in a Tree bundle. So this is the bundle, and the dies, you were able to get them during celebration, and I think they're so cute. So I have a couple of quick tips that I want to share with you first, and this is about I know I've told you before, but I like to, if I'm making a bunch of cards, I like to make blanks for my stamps, and then it just makes it quicker to cut out a bunch of blanks, these are called blanks, and then just stamp them all one at a time. So you don't have to stamp them, then cut them. This is a whole lot easier. You can cut a bunch of them, and it goes by pretty quick. So let me show you what I did. So what I do is I cut these out, and these are the parts that are left after you cut your pieces out. So let me get this out of the way for you. And then all you do is you want to fit your blanks back in the negative space, and do it the right way, not backwards. So just like this, and then you just ink it up and just stamp. And then you can just, just keep feeding the blanks in and take them out. I'm going to pick tool here so I can get them out of there. And then you can just keep putting them in, stamping, and just keep going. So it is a lot easier if you do it this way. Just give it a try, see what you think. And then also, I wanted to show you with this set, the background is the craft paper, and I like to get a really deep impression. So I'm going to put these to the side. What I do is I'm going to bring in my stamp and emboss machine. So turn around here real quick. And then this takes up all my room. So, and you just want to use the 1 and the 4 plate. And then this is the new Leaf Fall embossing folder. So what I do is I take my piece of cardstock, and this is the craft paper. And let me find my, oh, here it is. So what you want to do is you can either take alcohol or water, and you just want to spritz, I spritz both sides of this, and then just put it back in. If you spritz both sides, then it will keep your paper from curling up. So just fit it where you want it to be. I want it to be in the corner. And this, I think, has a little bit of shimmer paint in it, which is okay. Who doesn't like shimmer? So I'm going to turn this around the correct way so I can put it through. I crank it through and back, and you can actually even do a couple of pieces of the cardstock at a time, and it'll give you an even deeper impression. So see how it is? It really makes it take the embossing folder. So just give it a little spritz of alcohol water, or just plain water if you want. And then this has a little bit of the shimmer paint in it, which I think really adds to it. So if you don't have any of the shimmer paint, I love this stuff. You just mix it with alcohol, and you only need a couple of drops for one of your spritzers. And then you can see there's some that's settled on the sides. Just keep shaking it and it'll reactivate it. So I love this stuff. So for this one, I went ahead and already colored my birds, and I colored them with crumb cake, light crumb cake, pool party, pumpkin pie for the beak and its feet. So I love, as you know, I love these blends. And I had all these colors out because I did a couple of different cards. I did this card, I'll show you real quick, and it turned out pretty good. I got these samples from the catalog, and I just followed along with what they did, and I really like how they turned out. So let me get my pieces here. Oh, I have all my pieces here. And then I want to show you what I did with this. This, I just took my water painter. I'm going to bring in just a scrap to put underneath it because it's a little messy. Oh, my water painter is right here. Okay, so then I just took a little bit of Mango Melody. Love Mango Melody. It's such a pretty color. And you just want to press your ink pad to get some of the ink into the lid. And if that doesn't work, try it again, or just get your re-inker. I love my re-inker. So just put a little drop of re-inker. If your ink pad is a little dry like mine is, it's going to need to be re-inked. And then you can just give it a spritz. A little spritz like that. Give it another little spritz. There we go. All right. So then just take your water painter, load it up, and then just brush it on there. You can have some light spots. You can go back in and get some more dark color, and then just have fun with it. Play with it, you know. Get some more color. I love Mango Melody. I think it's such a pretty color. Just load it up again. There we go. So I'm gonna load it up here and just give it a swash with your water painter here. Like I said, you can add some more color if you want it to have different colors here. Isn't it pretty? However you like it. You can even do it in pinks. Pinks would be pretty too, of course. You know, I like pink. And then we just want to get our water painter. And when you put it back in, I usually clean mine. I'll go back and clean it, but make sure you don't get your bristles on, you know, on the cap, because it'll ruin them. Just take your time and put it back in there. And then you just want to build the card. So for this one, I did pop the leaves up with little dimensionals. So just take them and find a bigger piece. And then just put your dimensionals on there. It doesn't take a whole lot to hold it down. And then I think I popped the bird up too. And then I just figured out where I wanted my branch to be. Give it a little bit of glue. Maybe. I think I need a new bottle. Good thing I have 20 sitting out here on my table. Get this one. There we go. This is a brand new one. I can feel it. There we go. You just want to put your branch, and your bird's going to be and just pop him up too. I'm going to use some bigger dimensionals on him or her. Probably a him because he's got more color. Take this out here. Right there. And then we're just gonna, these are still a little wet, so I hope they stick. If they don't, I'll just go back in and Put them on there again. Okay. Figure out where you want that to be. That one doesn't want to stick. You do have to give it a little bit of time to dry, unless you're impatient like me and just stick it on there anyway. So I think I'm going to turn this one this way and layer them. Isn't it pretty? So then this sentiment, I went ahead and stamped it, and I used the Label Me Fancy. And I just put it in. And this way you can line it up where you want it to be. And if you need to take your pick tool and move it around a little bit. Oops. And if that doesn't work, stick it in this way. Sometimes I do it this way because that way I can do both ends exactly where I want it to be. So there's enough room. You just punch it that way, and then you just feed it back in this way. And line it up. Make sure your edges are where you want them to be. There you go. So then that way, if you have something and you don't want to feed it in this way, just feed it underneath. It has to be a little bit smaller than the inside of your label, but that way you can get it exactly where you want it to be. And then you can just add it to your card. And then I added a few of these really pretty rustic metallic dots. I think it went so well with it. You can just stick them around. Usually use 3 or 5. You know, the odd numbers. Let's put another big one up here. Pretty. So I did cut my paper. I cut this one smaller and then layered it again on top of that. You don't have to. I was following how it is in the book, in the catalog, and they had 2 different pieces of cardstock. But you could always use just one if you wanted. If you didn't want the layering effect, and just layer it on there like this. And then you can layer it. And this cardstock is thin enough that it doesn't make it too bulky. Oops. I cut that one down. I'm going to have to get another card base. There they are. I keep card bases on my table. And when I get a pack of paper, I just cut them up into 5.5 by 4.25, and then I have them always ready to go. And I most generally use white card bases. That way you can stamp on them, and then you can just layer to your heart's content. You always have a clean inside to stamp on. There we go. So I hope you like this. I had fun today, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.